Today we will talk about yoga and sports. Hello everybody, my name is Evgenia Rasa and welcome to my channel. Today we will talk about yoga and sports. If you have watched some of my videos and they were related to theory of yoga, then you might have heard that I say that yoga is not sports. Yoga is not religion and yoga is not medicine. So why yoga is not sports? Mainly because sports is mostly about the competition that does not involve the aim of the yoga, self-exploration, exploring of the universe, observing the two yoga principles. However, we haven't touched the question of can we go together with yoga and sports? Most of the people who practice yoga say that they don't do the sports. It's enough with yoga and they are sufficient with it. However, people doing the sports, a lot of famous athletes and so on and so forth, they say that from time to time they use yoga for their personal practice, for other different aims that the sports, their specific kind of sports, is not giving them. And yeah, sometimes the people are saying, well, if they practice yoga, that's something, the sports is very low, it's not spiritual and stuff like that. But if we would explore this topic further, then we would have to come to a conclusion if it's enough to do yoga and not to get involved in some more active activities. So, yoga is great. It's wonderful exploring of our bodies, of our mind, emotions. It helps us to balance, to come down. But it turns out that the body construction is made in a way that we need to have certain amount of movements. And we also have said that, for example, in Kriya Yoga, check our full Kriya Yoga workout, is about making this deficit of the movements less, or even doing some more movements for our body in advance. That makes us to feel better, and that's true. Really, the movements in yoga, both Hatha Yoga and Kriya Yoga, help us a lot. And then we turn to the moment that our life is not like we are here with the horses in nature, very balanced and nice. We are among a lot of people. We tend to live in the cities. We move less and less. We consume artificial food. And our body gets very tired fast, and we don't get enough of the movements. And as my colleague was telling and explaining this situation about the movements, there are cyclic movements and other movements. And with the cyclic movements, they mean the movements that get repeated and very simple, like walking, Nordic walking, running, swimming, cross-country skiing. If we follow the information and do some tracking of the information, how many movements we make in a day, then somehow the healthy lifestyle followers tend to say that you should make about 10,000 steps every day. That sounds good. It's quite a lot. It's about 7 kilometers, and if you live in the nature or outside the city, it's usually not a big problem unless it's a bad weather, like it tends to be here when it's rainy and snowing. Well, then there is skiing if there's a lot of snow. But anyway, let's say 10,000 steps. It's a good start. It's what our body needs daily in our life. And it's not like you would make 20,000 steps 2 days in a row and then you take 2 days break. No, it's the minimum amount you need to make a day. It's those 10,000 steps. Thereby, it's a good start. And really, if you have your cell phone, they usually have the counters, and you can do the summary, you can do some statistics, actually have your schedule ready for your weekly yoga practices, for your some other activities, and then see yourself how many steps you make. I find it easy when I'm traveling, going to the mountains, visiting new places, not being in a routine work. This is not a problem. 10,000 steps is good. And then there's one extra moment that we should do these 10,000 steps, or about that, let's say 7,000 steps in a row. We need this activity to be for about starting from 40 minutes. It's 40, not 14, and we need to be active. So we need to be in an active walk, or a slow run, or jogging, or Nordic walking. If you wish to train your hands, then it's swimming. And if it's winter and you can go cross-country skiing, or in a good time you can go cycling, it's perfect. So these are, you repeat, some would say it's boring. Well, if you have company and if you know what you are working for, it's not boring at all. It takes time and it practices your heart because it needs to be active. It's good to stay in some yoga poses, and sometimes when you are in a plank pose for 1 minute, it feels like it's one of the last minutes you can do in a row, but anyway, it's very nice try, and it works well. Thereby, you really need to incorporate these continuous movements starting from 40 minutes, and those are cyclic movements. For example, if you do Kriya Yoga practice, there are multiple movements and they take more than 40 minutes, but they are not that cyclic because they change. They are good, they work on different parts of the body, but these cyclic movements like walking are much more necessary for the construction of our body. Also, when you do the sports, if the main thing is to decide if you do it for the others or you do it to compete to get the first prize, or you do it for yourself. I know I can beat the records of the world or the local community or whatever. It's also a good try to work with if your body is strong enough with the numbers, but most thing is to keep your body healthy and to find out if what you are doing is healthy for your body. It can be tough. It can be routinious, it can be exhausting, it can be getting on your nerves sometimes because you have to overcome yourself every time you get out on the bike or running or walking. But at the end of the day, it's fun. At the end of the practice, it's very fun, and it's a good kind of observation of your body to see which body parts feel good, where you need an extra attention, and so on and so forth. But when doing this, there are three parts of the body you have to be the most careful with, and those would be, they say it's lower back, it's also the knees, and it's neck. So whatever you do, pay extra attention to these three parts: knees, lower back, and the neck. Because since the body construction, we have started to stand, these three body parts are the most weak. And they are the weakest, and they need extra attention every time you do it. And they kind of need this oiling. So thereby, follow your knees, follow your lower back. There are multiple ways to do it. We also have had neck exercises, and there will be new coming soon. Thereby, if you are interested in some of those exercises, let me know in the comments below or by contacting me. I will be happy to tell you because when we start saying that yoga is everything, we sometimes make this like that sports is lower, where other activities doesn't count. Our body needs various activities, and we need to balance the things that are necessary in our life. Maybe your body needs less of something, of one thing, and something more of the other thing, like the other people do. This is up to you to find the activities you need the most. Maybe running is not suitable for you at all. The main thing from today's video is to understand that really we need those 10,000 movements, 10,000 steps. That's a good start. If you understand that you can't make them in a row, okay, do them during the entire day. And little by little, make more and more movements at once. And then you can make the rest later on. If it's not 10,000 yet, maybe it's 5,000. Also a good start. But this is something to kind of pay attention to. Of course, it depends on your age, your possibilities, and other stuff. But yeah, it's exploring and seeing what works for you and your climate and well-being. So I hope some of this information was useful to incorporate you in this channel and to make these videos even more entertaining, exciting, and providing more useful information. Let me know, did you find anything interesting, anything new? Maybe there are some questions, or maybe something was not properly explained, or something that you disagree on. I will be happy to hear your opinion. And we meet soon on the new videos, both theoretical and practical, involving topics of yoga and lifestyle and enjoying the life. So thank you for coming, and thumbs up, and I see you soon. Bye bye.